Left versus right, us versus them. While we pay to keep our politicians fighting, how do we, the people, rise up and solve the great challenges of our time? We do it by embracing freedom and liberty. There may be no such thing as a free lunch, but this hour is as close as it gets. Welcome to A Free Solution.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, maybe even good evening. Depends upon when you're listening to this. It's Larry Sharp. I am here on A Free Solution, usually host of The Sharp Way, but you can check me out, checking out all my cool Sharp Way stuff on all the internet things. But today I'm here, WYSL Rochester, New York, WACK Newark, New York, 585. That's the phone number, 346-3000. I got up this morning, talked to my wife for a bit. Yeah, I do talk to my wife. It's a good thing, by the way. We were talking about my daughters. My youngest daughter, you may know, is home. We homeschool her, pulled her out of the prison school system last year. Well, a couple months ago. So last year. My oldest is graduating this year. So very happy for her. She'll be going off to college next year. It's nice. So I wanted her out too, but I didn't want to ruin everything. So we instead got her to graduate early. She'll be graduating this week, in fact. So we got her to graduate early to get her out of this horrible system. Why do you care about that? Well, there are kids, obviously. And if the system's bad, it affects the next generation. So you might say, well, Larry, why are you so concerned about your older daughter or younger daughter? I had discussed how horrible it was with my younger daughter. I'll give you a brief recap. My younger daughter is 11. And in her school, as you step onto the sidewalk, there were people at the door who would point and yell to make sure that she would put her mask on. In New York City, where I live in Queens, you have to have your mask on as a kid the second you step on school property. So not even in a school. You put your foot on the sidewalk, mask gotta be on. People yelling at you. In the hallway, 3 feet apart, mask on the entire day, no recess, because you might take your mask off and talk to your friend. Can't do that. In the school, all day, mask on, whole day. Lunchtime, you have to sit in alphabetical order so you can't talk to your friends, and a half sit against the wall with the other half eat, and they swap. That's prison. I said, I'm done. Out you come. I'm not sending my daughter to prison. The sad part is thousands upon thousands of New Yorkers are sending their kids to prison and are okay with it. That's the sad part. My oldest daughter, high school. You think, not as bad. Yeah, pretty bad. Here's the worst part. They gave us a video recently. You can look at and understand what's going on in school. They mandate now that you make sure your child comes to school, teenagers, with a heavy coat. I say, well, why do they care so much about a heavy coat? Why is that a mandatory? I mean, I get it, but why put that out? Because the schools are freezing cold. Larry, what's going on? Is there, some kind of energy shortage or something? Are there brownouts in New York City? No, they keep the windows open because COVID ventilation. Yeah, you know how cold it is. Yeah. So the kids have to wear their coats all day in school. They can't go to lockers. They don't get lockers. Because if you go to a locker, you might talk to your friend. You can't do that. You might die of COVID. You can't do that. So instead, you have to walk around with all your books, your coat on, and they tell you, I'm not making this up. It's a video they sent to us telling us they have to wear gloves and scarves and hats in school. So you got to be in school freezing because COVID. And your mask, tell you how to wear your mask. Got to be a mask on right. They give you a little rules on how to do that. And if you won't do it, you got to go get your kid. Bring your kid home. Can't be in school without that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, not done. You may think, oh, Larry, it can't get worse. Oh, it can. Every day, you ever take a health screening survey. And if it looks bad, they test you. And if you pop positive, you got to go home and for 10 days. Yeah, 10 days. How are you as a parent supposed to handle this? I know how I'm handling it. I'm getting my kids out. That's how I'm handling it. Now, not everybody can do that. And that's the sad part. We think that the way we crush this system, that we're helping people. What we're doing is we're hurting the working poor and middle class, because the wealthy,
Craig from Clinton,
just leave. They just take off. They go, I'm not dealing with this. And they put their kids someplace else or walk away or pull their kids out or whatever. Or if you're crazy like me and you're not wealthy, you just punish yourself for your kids and you pull them out because you don't want them to be in prison. That's how I feel. You might say, well, Larry, that's probably rules from like 6 months ago or something. No, yesterday. Yes, yesterday. This isn't 3 months ago or whatever. Just yesterday. I'm blown away by this, as they won't stop. They have to leave the windows open and the kids freeze because COVID. Now, in case you haven't figured this out, never in the entire world, during the entire 2 years of this COVID pandemic, never have schools been super spreaders. Nowhere on the planet. Whether you had strict lockdowns, no lockdowns, any mix, combination, heavily vaccinated, not heavily vaccinated, doesn't matter. Schools are not super spreaders. Why in the hell would you do this? I don't get it. Now you're saying I'm going to make these massive, crazy protocols in, say, a nursing home. Okay, maybe that makes sense. Those have been super spreaders. People have died horribly there. Okay, let's have a conversation. This may be what we should do. Maybe we should open the windows and all those things. I don't know. Maybe it's possible. I'm open to that. There's a conversation. Schools? We're crushing our kids. We're destroying them. We're training them that prison is okay. And as they get older, they get told what to do, they're going to keep doing it. We're training robots now. We're breaking them. And we think we're helping. We're not. We're not. Now, we did have some decent news, and that New York State has knocked down Her Majesty Queen Kathy's mandates, and that mask mandates are unconstitutional. And you might think that, well, this is, the establishment party. And the establishment has stated that this is unconstitutional. So, well, we're done. Yeah, no, you'd be wrong. You would be wrong. No, this has nothing to do with establishment. This has to do with, I am your Lord and Master. You will do as I say. And all of you will get in line and do what I say. It doesn't matter what the courts say. And I get it, because I often hate the courts too. I get that. But she's like, I don't care at all. The response she gave when the court said it's unconstitutional was, I'm going to read it to you. My responsibility as governor is to protect New Yorkers throughout this public health crisis. Not true. You made that up. That's not a thing. That's not in your oath. That's not in the Constitution. That's something you made up. You've decided that you can use this crisis to become popular and to make yourself awesome. That's what you decided. That's not your goal at all. She continues. And these measures help prevent the spread of COVID-19 and save lives. She's also made that up. The mask mandates do neither of those things, and there's no evidence to say anything else. She makes this up and acts like she's the smartest person in the world, going against her own court, going against our own kids. Now you think it's okay, Larry, because our AG is going to step in, right? She understands the law. She respects the courts. She was fighting. She was going to become the governor. So she's on our side. Here is her response. We're appealing last night's decision that struck down the mask mandates in New York. We will continue to do everything in our power to protect New Yorkers from COVID-19. Okay, Attorney General, not your job. Yet again, you've made this up. Nowhere does it say it in your oath. Nowhere does it say it in the Constitution, whether that's the New York Constitution or the U.S. Constitution. You just made that up. Both of you decided that you are our mom and our auntie, I guess. You've decided that. You are New York's mom and auntie. You could just not do that. You could. And the worst part is, now everybody knows the masks don't help. It's not like I'm making this up or this is conspiracy theory. I mean, Facebook and YouTube has been hammering me forever. So I might as well just say it. It was BS then, it's BS now. And they will double down and double down. My question was, when are we done? It's not now. New York is not done yet. I hope soon, like real soon. Larry Sharp here on A Free Solution, 585-346-3000. Back with your comments and your calls after the break.
Your business relies on computers and
Yeah, I was just going to say, I hope you heard me say that, so I let them know that you get them after the break.
Downtime and affect your bottom line. The experts at Simple Tech Innovations are here to help.
No problem.
Their preventative maintenance program ensures that your computers and network are kept up to date and monitored for any issues, keeping your business running smoothly. They also help clients achieve HIPAA, PCI, and New York State cybersecurity compliance to keep your network safe and secure. Whatever your business IT needs are, Simple Tech Innovations should be your first call. They've won the Best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. Call them today for a free consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
Inside the Taylor Laboratories. Hey, Tony, what you doing?
A little experiment, Zach. Look what I have under the microscope.
Ugh, what's that?
A sample of indoor air.
How can it be that dirty? Don't AC and furnace filters help?
Only with dust, Zach. But when Taylor installs a whole house APCO air purifier to detox the air, odors, chemicals, molds, bacteria, and viruses are removed.
For clean indoor air.
Yep. Ain't science awesome?
Taylor, 500 help.
As a veteran of the United States military, I can finally get the opportunity to enjoy special events, things that we couldn't afford, thanks to VetTix. Every empty seat at a concert, a game, or a play is a missed opportunity to say thanks to a veteran and service member. We can give our veterans a special event where they too can create their own cherished memories. Visit vettix.org. Find out how you can make a difference in a veteran's life.
Why do businesses choose to move their website from Wix and Squarespace to Simple Tech Innovations? Maybe it's their excellent customer service or attention to detail. Maybe it's their ability to give a truly customized solution. Or perhaps they just like the fact that Simple Tech is a local small business that builds great relationships with its clients. Whatever the reason may be, you can rest assured knowing that the local team at Simple Tech has your best interest in mind when building or updating your website. They're hands-on and love helping customers achieve their goals. But don't take my word for it. They've won the Best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Business Bureau rating. If your website doesn't match your dreams or isn't achieving your goals, give the professionals at Simple Tech Innovations a call today for a consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
A free solution.
It is Larry Sharp back here on A Free Solution. You might say, Larry, I like this show. I'm glad. You can watch it, listen to it every single day at noon, 12:05 to be exact, just by following A Free Solution on both Facebook and YouTube, and you're in. It is literally that easy. That easy. But today, I'm here, WYSL, Rochester, New York, WACK, Newark, New York, 585-346-3000. I want to grab a call that actually came in before the break. It's Craig from Clinton. How are you, sir?
Not bad. How are you, Larry?
What's going on, my friend?
Oh, just watching more nonsense in the state of New York. I mean,
aren't we always?
Yes, it's always been that way. It's just been amplified for the past 2 years.
Yes.
So yeah, mask mandates in schools, lots of confusion. I think it goes back to what you say about the quadrupling down, right?
Yes.
Kathy, they handed it to her on a silver platter, and the Board of Ed and all of this. And
yep.
I mean, the governor in Virginia lost an election because parents hated him.
Yep.
I see a lot of people hating on Kathy. They don't want to listen. They could have had an out here, and they chose to quintuple down, just like you say they always do. They didn't see,
yes,
well, we can just blame it on the court. We say, well, we really do love you, but that state Supreme Court, they just hate you and want you to die. Sorry, I guess. Yes. I mean, that Constitution, it's just horrible and racist, and what do you want me to do about it, right? They could have done that, but they didn't.
No, what their response was attacking the judge. The judge ran in the conservative party, I think, at one point. So they just decided, oh, see, he's a crazy conservative. They attacked the judge because, see, all conservatives are crazy and evil. So let's just call him that. And they literally are doing that in the public now. That's what they're doing. And for those of you who don't know, the Supreme Court in New York State, just more nuttiness, is not the Supreme Court, meaning that it's not our highest court. Our highest court in New York State is the Court of Appeals. So people go, well, it's the New York Supreme Court, so it's done. It's not. New York is backward even in that way. Our Supreme Court isn't called the Supreme Court. So there actually is one more level to go to. So they're going to appeal to our New York State Supreme Court, which is called the Court of Appeals. So most who don't know that.
Which I saw someone bring up an interesting point about that. The Supreme Court are elected locally. The appellate court, there's one in Rochester I'm aware of. I don't know how many other ones. Those are appointed positions by the governor.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes.
So who do you think, Andy, we're still living with his legacy. Who do you think they'll side with in a fight? Right.
That's exactly my point. Yes. We're not done yet.
Oh, no, we're not done at all, but it's just made it worse because now for a week or two or however long it takes them to push this through the appellate court, you've got this confusion with kids and masks and whatnot. And some schools I see are not enforcing it. You don't have to wear masks. So now it's going to go back in 2 weeks and be like, oh, just kidding. Now the court says you're supposed to wear a mask. And it's like, I thought this was for health, but But now it's like every 2 weeks, it's a different thing.
Yes, it is not for health. It never was, and it isn't now. It's not for health. It's why are we trying to protect all the children when it's never been a children's disease? If I remember my numbers right, it's something like 800 kids total in the past 2 years have passed due to COVID. That's less than 1%. And I'm off on this, but someone will correct me. It's something like over a half of them had like 6 comorbidities. So it's some insane number. Like if your kid has like 6 comorbidities, your kid's in trouble. And I hope that if you have a kid like that in your world, you are going out of your way to protect them because that kid's in trouble, right? That kid gets COVID, that kid's in trouble. All the rest of the kids are fine. They're all fine. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. that's your choice and your responsibility as a parent. It's not Annie Tish's or Mommy Kathy's.
Yes, I'm going to say something crazy. I'm going to be very brave on this one. I think most parents love their kids. I know. I'm on a limb. I'm going to do it though. Yes, they love their kids.
Yeah.
Not
as much as the state loves them though. They love them more.
Valid point.
Well, about that, there's a lot of people outside of New York State that have opinions about this. And I'm like, why do you have an opinion about it? And a lot of them are refugees from New York State that went to Texas or Florida. And they're like, we don't have any of these things down there, but my kid still wears my mask voluntarily. And it's like, yes, voluntarily. You hit it. You hit it on the head. There you go. You want to put a mask on your kid? You still can. But
absolutely. No one is stopping you from masking your kid.
Yep. Right over their head.
To be clear, if your kid or someone in your world who's young actually has 6 comorbidities, you might want to get one of those N95 masks for that kid. That makes sense, right? I get it. I'm not here to tell you how strong your kid's immune system is. I'm sure you know your kid's immune system better than I do. So if that's your kid, maybe you should put 2 masks on. Okay. And no one's going to be mad at you and go, why are you doing that? My kid's got 6 comorbidities. I got you. No worries. But that's the point. It should be voluntary. Up to you.
Yeah. I think the school likes it though, because then you got to treat the kids different in that case. Right. And they don't like that in school. All the kids have got to be treated the same because it makes it much easier because there's standards. And if you don't follow them, you go in the hole. And, so now if I have to have a conversation with little Jimmy about how calling out Susie for wearing a mask is not a nice thing, like that's a pain. I just want to make them all wear masks.
Well, there's something else though, too, right? And that is it gives the administrators a whole lot more ways to be valuable, right? That's the good part for them. But I think it's a good part for us too. And that is the one thing this has done very well. It shined a light on what a piece of garbage our school system actually is. New York school system's a piece of garbage. And I don't mean people say, Larry, you sit there trying to run for governor up here and you're talking about you're attacking the school system. Yes, it's a piece of garbage. Not the teachers, the system. Most of the administrators are useless. Not all. Most of them are. It's not their fault. The system has encouraged them to be this way, so they are. The system is a piece of garbage. It stifles teachers. They can't teach. They spend most of the time enforcing terrible rules and doing paperwork, not teaching our kids, and coming up with ways to act like they're being successful. And the biggest example of this is in New York State, our New York State Regents diplomas. What a total colossal waste of time, energy, and money. Useless, embarrassingly stupid, make no sense. Nobody cares. And we spend so much time on this. And it's a way of saying, see how awesome we are when we're not. Our system is garbage. And at least now people are seeing it. Because last year they're like, well, we're not doing the Regents. Yeah, it didn't matter anyway. Didn't affect anybody. They were useless. Oh, we're not doing the testing. Yes, because they were useless. It meant nothing. Oh, we're not going to do this thing. I know it was garbage. It never mattered. And that's the one good thing about this.
I agree. Yeah, it's definitely woken a lot of people up, but I've also seen a lot of people double down and defend. So
yes,
I just hope there's more people waking up than there are, still going along with the status quo.
Absolutely. Wow. Craig, thanks for the call. I appreciate it, brother.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All righty. Look, let me grab a couple of your comments. The chat's exploding here. Josh says, no, Mr. Sharp, we are not done with COVID yet. The schools, I think he means schools, are still pushing the mask mandate. Once the Queen says it's over, it'll be over. You're right. A lot of schools are still pushing it. They're following what Craig said. They don't think it's going to end. They think they got to keep the Queen happy, and they're still doing it. It's like they don't even care about the courts. Terrible, huh? Yeah, Larry Sharp, a free solution. WYSL 585-346-3000. I will grab more calls and more of your comments. Thank you, chat. You guys are rocking it. I will cover them all when we come back from the break.
Celebrating 35 years.
WYSL.
AM 1040 Avon, Rochester, FM 92.1 Rochester, and FM 95.5 Spencerport.
Here's the latest forecast from the News 10 NBC Weather Center for today. We'll see partly to mostly cloudy skies. A little breeze will kick up, temps in the 20s, dropping back into the teens late in the day. Could see a few lake effect snow showers kick up later in the day. A few lake flakes tonight, could be a fluffy inch or two up near Lake Ontario. Otherwise, frigid again, down in the single digits. Wind chill sub-zero. Cold day coming up Wednesday. Mostly cloudy in the single digits and teens.
Did you see the email I forwarded with you regarding Eric Adams?
And technology to operate slow, unreliable networks.
All right, very good. Oh, awesome.
Unplanned downtime and affect your bottom line. The experts at Simple Tech Innovations are here to help. Their preventative maintenance program ensures that your computers and network are kept up to date and monitored for any issues, keeping your business running.
Do you plan on discussing that at all today or not?
PCI and New York State cybersecurity compliance.
Yeah, let me know if you do decide to, because I can play a oldie but goodie cut by Eric Adams coming back.
Should be your first call.
I got a whole bunch of sound from when he was a freshman assemblyman, when he was pushing for the pay increase for assemblymen.
3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
Looking for something meaningful to do? As a Camp Good Days volunteer, you'll work with children and adults who will inspire you. Just listen to what one volunteer says about her experience.
It's unlike any other thing that I've ever experienced in my life. I won the lottery 10 times fold. My husband and I plan all year on what we're going to do for these kids.
Learn more about many volunteer opportunities at Camp Good Days and special times on the web at campgooddays.org.
Are you cold in your home? Pick up the phone and call Wise Home Energy at 270-5836. Don't be cold in your home. Pick up the phone, call 270-5836. Wise Home Energy has helped thousands of people get millions in grants and rebates to make their homes much warmer. So don't be cold in your home. Pick up the phone, call Wise Home Energy at 270-5836 today.
Wise Home Energy is a participating contractor in the Home Performance with Energy Star program.
A healthy smile has health benefits beyond just teeth. It's whole body wellness. Don't live with broken, missing, or failing teeth. Lakeview Dental can restore your smile with state-of-the-art dental care. Their approach is providing reliable, comfortable solutions for the long term. Eliminate those endless visits to deal with recurring problems with your teeth. Address your dental concerns once and for all. Find out more at LavoniaSmiles.com or call 346-3028. Lakeview Dental, for the smile of a healthier you.
As the word tells us that all things are to be done decently and in order, we all have a desire to be more organized. Get Organized has been helping their clients effectively organize their living spaces with custom closets, pantries, garage storage systems, and more for over 30 years. Get Organized can be reached online at www.closetsrochester.com or by phone at 585-223-3646. Get Organized with closetsrochester.com today.
Hi, Tom Hamilton here, president of Hamilton Wealth Management located in Pittsford, New York. If you have more than $250,000 in savings and investments, and you've been wondering if your investments are really being handled properly, well, then it's time to at least get a second opinion.
To meet with Mr. Hamilton, call 585-381-9870 or go to hamiltonwealthmanagement.com. Advisory services offered through Wealth Plan Partners. Securities offered through Securities America, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Hamilton Wealth Management and Securities America companies are separate entities.
Great care depends on strong connections. And in this time of rapidly changing healthcare needs, United Healthcare is helping you stay connected to the people and services you depend on in many important ways. From virtual doctor visits to prescriptions delivered by mail to 24/7 one-on-one support. When you choose United Healthcare Medicare Advantage Plan, we'll help you get the care you need quickly and easily. To learn more, call United Healthcare today. 1-844-250-8354. Benefits and availability may vary by plan and location.
Livingston County Pizza Company and Gluten Free Bakery has a great deal on Tuesdays. A large 4-topping pizza for $18, regular or gluten-free. Call 226-9575. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Livingston County Pizza Company and Gluten Free Bakery in Avon.
Hey, looking for an exciting volunteer job? Would you like to crank a wrench out of C-130, a C-47, or a C-119 flying boxcar? Look no further than the National Warplane Museum in Geneseo, New York. We've got dozens of opportunities.
A free solution.
Yes, Larry Sharp is here. I am back on A Free Solution. If you want to check me out, you can check out all my cool Sharpway things, all Larry Sharp things, all good. Google them. I'm on all the interwebs, Instagram, Facebook, all the things. Today I'm with you, WYSL, Rochester, New York, WACK, Newark, New York, 585-346-3000 is the number. We've been talking about mandates, schools, and how we're just pushing forward, that we're not done. And I brought this up because some of you may have watched or seen or heard about Barry Weiss, who was a journalist, who was on Bill Maher this Friday. And she tends to lean left, liberal. That's who she tends to be. But she can go back and forth, but she leans left. And she was like, I am done with COVID. Her words, I'm done with COVID. That's it. I did everything you told me to do. Still got it. You told me it was going to be back to normal. It's not. I'm done. Bill Maher was like, yep, done, over, move on. We live our lives. Oh my God, did her fellow journalist attack her. Like she was the evilest person in the world. She got beat up by her fellow people. They were like, no, it's great. No, we got to keep doing it. No, people are dying. No, no, no. Exactly what Craig was talking about. We are doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down. It doesn't matter if the data now says we're wrong. She says, this is Barry Weiss, sorry. She says that if you're actually following the science, you would end this stuff now. She says that. Journalist. She's right. She's right. Let me grab a couple of these comments here. Adrian says, Long Island is in full rebellion. No mask on my daughter at school today. She had Omicron and vaxxed. It's time. I would agree. Not true in New York City. My daughter's still full windows open, freezing to death. Mask all day long. Health check. Even after the court ruling. Didn't matter. Changed nothing. That's why they sent the video out, to reinforce it. Say, yeah, you thought you were done. No, you're not. You will do as I say. Done. Glenn says, they wouldn't let my kid in school today because I wouldn't put a mask on her. Yep, Adrian C. Glenn's in my world. Same problem. Absolutely. Luckily, my oldest daughter is out this week, so that'd be great. Joey says, I'm over this stuff. These people need to go away. You know, Joey, it reminds me that we could just walk away. Why don't we? Right? I was watching that. You brought something to my mind with that comment. I think the name of the show was called Waco. It was a documentary, Netflix or Amazon Prime. I think Netflix, called Waco, and about, of course, the siege at Waco years ago. And at one point, when the branch Davidians were talking to the ATF, the branch Davidian guy goes to the ATF and says, you can just go away. Like, you could just leave and it's over. And it was that simple. And that really hit me, Joey. And when you said it, they could just end it. We are grossly forgiving. Americans are insanely forgiving. We just are. Kathy Hochul could tomorrow go, you know what? I was wrong. Let's end this stuff. Let's start living again. And we'd be like, I'm mad at you. And 3 weeks later, be like, fine, let's go to work. We just want to get stuff done. You're right. They could just go away. They could just walk away. And they won't do it. Now, I know what they're going to say. They're going to say, see, Joey, we can't go away because we're saving you. See, we're saving you, Joey. That's why. And all your friends and family, we're saving them all. That's what we're doing. And look, the numbers are coming down. It's working. Let me give you a little secret. All the numbers all over are coming down. Why? It's seasonal. And guess what happened last year at the same time? With or without mandates, with or without vaccines, with or without lockdowns, it went down again. You guys think I'm making this up? You can do a simple Google search, find a source that you trust, and look for the COVID cases in New York, in Florida, in Texas, all over. Same curve. Same curve last year, same curve this year. Doesn't matter what you do. Go to Sweden, same curve. Same curve. It's seasonal. They're saving no one. But to Craig's point, they're going to triple down and say it was all them. See, it's all those conservatives who ruined it for us. But the progressives, they have saved the day. Watch that narrative. Gene says, on the bus to and from school is also mandatory. Yes, correct. But my daughter doesn't have a school bus. It's New York City. She takes a city bus. So yes, you're right though. On the bus also. Correct. Bill says, with the new ruling, what steps can I take against my school because they're not complying with it and still forcing my kids to wear a mask? Bill, I'm going to tell you, nothing. Not a thing. The system will punish you. I wish there was another answer. If there was, I would have taken it. I pulled one kid out and the other one's out this week. The answer is walk away. So, yes. Joe says, when are we done with COVID? 2 weeks to... You're right, Joe. I'm sorry. 2 weeks to flatten the curve. I stand corrected. I should have known that. Absolutely. Christopher says, I'm voting for you, Larry. Thank you, my friend. If I just can get 2 million more of you, life is good. Life is good. Yes. All right. Joel says, kids are carrying a lot of weight. It was found to cause spinal damage. Oh, I didn't know that. But it makes sense, though. I mean, I don't know, but it makes total sense. If you look at it, the kids have to carry everything, all their books, their backpack, any gym clothes, which isn't really gym clothes anymore. They do, in my daughter's school, they do yoga in the gym with coats and gloves and hats on. I really wish I was joking. I wish that was like a Saturday Night Live skit. No, that's my daughter's life for only this week. So yes, but they're carrying everything because COVID. Now, what Barry Weiss says, and I'm using her as a great example because it's not just me being crazy. I mean, I may be crazy, but it's not just me at least. She says that, look, we know that people are going to get it. It's going to get spread. The question isn't whether you're wearing a mask or not to protect anybody else. The question is, are you going to protect yourself or not? This is no longer a public health issue. This is a private health issue. The question is, do you believe that you should wear a mask and or that you should get vaxxed? If you think you should, please do. Do both if you think it's appropriate for you. You know your world. You guys have heard me say it 1,000 times. I have two people in my life who I am worried about. They are both over 85 and they have comorbidities. One of them, immune system shot from not COVID, I'm sorry, from chemo. I'm worried about them. They are right for that demographic over 80 with comorbidities. This is the plague. This is Ebola for them. So I am worried about them. And I want them to get vaccinated. And I want them to stay home. And I want them to wear masks. And that's my choice, my opinion, their choice, their opinion. You shouldn't have anything to say about that. Only we should. It's our family. And the same goes for you. Absolutely. So this is now up to them, the individuals, not the group anymore. So, yes. All right. Abe says, I'm in Facebook jail for calling Queen Hochul's mandate stupidity. Sadly, it doesn't matter that the judge slapped down the mandate. Plenty of New Yorkers are happy to implement regardless. 2 points to this, Abe. Number one, think about how much of people just pushing back were punished socially, in the media, in social media, totally punished, shut down. I've been shadow banned for years, has crushed me, social media, and I wasn't even anti-vax. I never have been. I've been anti-mandate, but I've been anti-mandate for everything forever. So it's not like I'm changing my views or something. It's the same. I've been horribly hammered. Now you look back, and we were right. What is going to be our recourse? None. Our recourse will be nothing. That's the issue. Our recourse will be nothing. I wish there's something else. And the last piece, Abe, they spent so much time doing this that so many New Yorkers can't imagine not doing it. Now imagine, this goes to the double down thing, not just for Her Majesty, but what about your neighbors who are so adamant about masking up, yelling at you, upset, calling you names, calling you stupid, calling their friends idiots, not talking to their mom, not going to their uncle's house, all those things. And now they have to back out and go, well, I was wrong. All the insults they threw, all the disrespect they threw, they're going to double down and wear masks anyway. They're going to, how about all the schools who threw kids out, belittled kids, made parents feel stupid, arrested parents? How about all those? How are they going to back out on that? You hear me talk about how violence is not the answer. Why? Because when you make that mistake with violence, you can't back out. But if I just ask you, if I would have just told you, Abe, hey, Abe, I think the answer is, wearing a mask and getting vaxxed and whatever. You have the option to follow me or not. Your choice. And if I'm wrong, I go, hey, Abe, sorry about that. I was wrong. You're not mad at me because I didn't force you. But if I forced you and I'm wrong, man, are you pissed? Violence is not the answer. Persuasion, not coercion. That is our answer. That's our free solution. And that's the show that you are part of now. And we'll be back after the break. A free solution, WYSL 585-346-3000.
Why do businesses choose to move their website from Wix and Squarespace to SimpleTech Innovations? Maybe it's their excellent customer service or attention to detail. Maybe it's their ability to give a truly customized solution. Or perhaps they just like the fact that SimpleTech is a local small business that builds great relationships with its clients. Whatever the reason may be, you can rest assured knowing that the local team at SimpleTech has your best interest in mind when building or updating your website. They're hands-on and love helping customers achieve their goals. But don't take my word for it. They've won the best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. If your website doesn't match your dreams or isn't achieving your goals, give the professionals at SimpleTech Innovations a call today for a consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. SimpleTech Innovations.
Need help with health insurance? The Greece Regional Chamber provides assistance with health insurance for businesses, nonprofits, families, and individuals throughout our region. We pride ourselves on the personalized service that we provide for our clients. Let us help you find health insurance plans that fit your needs and navigate the paperwork. Greece Chamber Benefit Partners, located at 2402 Westridge Road in Rochester, New York, offers a broad range of medical insurance plans for businesses, nonprofits, individuals, and families throughout the greater Rochester Finger Lakes region, working with insurance companies including Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield, Univera, and MVP Healthcare. We can also help you access insurance plans through the New York State of Health, the official health plan marketplace. Again, you do not need to live or work in Greece to utilize our brokerage services. We serve the greater Rochester Finger Lakes region of New York State. Visit greecechamber.org to sign up for one of our free health insurance information sessions or schedule an appointment with one of our licensed brokers. Call 585-227-7272. 585-227-7272.
Your business relies on computers and technology to operate. Slow, unreliable networks and servers can cause unplanned downtime and affect your bottom line. The experts at Simple Tech Innovations are here to help. Their preventative maintenance program ensures that your computers and network are kept up to date and monitored for any issues, keeping your business running smoothly. They also help clients achieve HIPAA, PCI, and New York State cybersecurity compliance to keep your network safe and secure. Whatever your business IT needs are, Simple Tech Innovation should be your first call. They've won the best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. Call them today for a free consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
A free solution.
Yes, indeed. Larry Sharp here. A free solution. WYSL Rochester, New York. WACK in Newark, New York. Newark is the cool Newark. Sorry, Jersey. I say it every time, but we got a cooler Newark than you do. Just how it works. Happy to have you guys here. This small chunk of your afternoon. Before the break, we were talking a lot about schools and about people doubling down, but also about individuals, organizations, just doubling down. The courts are late in saying this is all bad, right? Because there's been 2 years of punishment being dealt out, of abuse being dealt out. How do you recover from that? But I'll go one step further. Habits, people who we now talk to and don't talk to. How do I recover from that? When I didn't talk to my uncle or my cousin for 2 years because they were crazy anti-vaxxer or whatever I thought they were. How do I come back from that? When I insulted them and I called them stupid. And we've all done that or seen that or received it, one or the other, given it, received it, seen it, something. How do we get around from that? Not easy. Jimmy says, so many levels of child abuse parents would get arrested for if we did the same thing. Yes. Imagine if you did that. You just decided. Imagine, Jimmy, if you just decided, my kids all randomly have to wear masks every day, all the time. They'd be like, what's wrong with this guy? Let's call CPS on him. Remember, Michael Jackson used to make his kids wear the mask because he didn't want people to recognize him. They had to wear masks and veils outside all the time. We thought he was crazy. I mean, he probably was crazy, but it doesn't matter. I mean, that's where we are now. You are totally correct. Absolutely. So Glenn says, I can't wait to go to the local school board meeting tomorrow evening. Don't get arrested, Glenn. Be smart. Say your piece. Be smart. Don't get arrested, my friend. Not a good idea. Don't do it. I don't know what this is. AKSJD says the average man does not want to be free. He simply wants to be safe. You know, there is some truth to this. There's some truth to this. I'm not sure the average man wants to be safe. I'm not sure that's 100% accurate. But what I would say is the average person just wants to live their life. That's true. They just want things to be relatively stable so they kind of know where they're going and what they're doing and they have an idea on how to move forward and the things that matter to them. I think that's what they really want. Some people believe the best way is to have harsh controls. Some people think the best way for that to happen is to have lots of freedom. I tend to lean on the latter. I think that gives us the best chance to move forward. That's what I think. So Joey says, I pull my girls out and then they hate us as parents because they don't get to see any of their friends. Yes. They also lose throughout the school band sports. I'm fighting on all fronts and I'm over this shit. Oops, sorry. I can't say that word here. I apologize. I'm all this stuff. Yes, Joey, you're right. A lot of people can't pull their kids out, not realistically. If you're wealthy, no worries. If you're wealthy, you have a separate school, you have separate rules, you put your kids wherever you want them to be, you connect them however you want to connect them because you've got tons of money and you're at home and you do your stuff. It's not the wealthy who are punished here, which is why they don't fight back. The wealthy don't fight this. They don't care. They're not mad at us. They just don't care. They're like, oh, you poor people, I guess you're going to be hurting. You should, I guess, vote or something or whatever you guys do, you peasants do. That's what they think because they have whatever they want. It's guys like you and me, Joey. We're the ones who pay. I agree. So you hurt yourself, you hurt your kids, or you hurt your kids another way. Which way do you hurt your kids? I have gone out of my way. That's not true. My wife has gone out of her way. I got to give her credit for this. She has gone out of her way to ensure that my daughter is able to be with friends and family. She's gone out of her way. I mean, amazing. You're right, Joey. It's a problem. When you're like the only one who pulls your kid out, or only a couple of them, it's difficult. My wife has jumped through hoops to do it. Not everybody can. I agree. So, Gene says, in Pennsylvania, mask mandates have been lifted. Unfortunately, parents are winning court cases to make their kids wear masks in school again. Wow. The argument is that unmasked children can make the immunocompromised child sick. So can masked people. That the data's in. Yeah. So if you're immunocompromised, maybe you should put an N95 mask on. If you're severely immunocompromised, maybe you should homeschool. Am I wrong with this? I mean, you could get it anyway. People are getting it anyway. So shouldn't you be able to also be available to take any of the treatments that are available? I'm not mad at you if you have a sick child. I almost lost my daughter. I know what it's like to have a sick child. I don't know what it's like to lose my child, but I know what it's like to have a deathly ill child and to believe your child's about to die. I have felt that personally. I know exactly how that feels. And what I would say, if I was that parent and I had an ill child, I would protect my child. That's what I would do. That's what I did. I would protect my child. So I get the argument. It's a bogus argument. It's not true. And if your child is that sick, why aren't you protecting them? Why are you sending them off to public school without a mask on? What's wrong with you if your child's that sick? I'm not trying to be mean. If your child is sick, you have to protect your child. Am I saying something so crazy? I have a child who has a severe allergy, right? Many people do. Do I not tell everyone, you can't have the things that my kid is allergic to? No. I've taught her how to handle it. I've taught her how to look for it. And we keep the appropriate medications around in case something happens. I protect my child. She has to go out and still survive and work. And I can't expect the entire world to stop because my daughter has a condition. What kind of human being would I be? It makes no sense. Maybe I'm nuts. Gene, maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Adrienne says, I don't want her protection. She's equivalent of a condom with a hole. It's actually very good. Good way to stop. Look, protect your kids. You know you should. It's a free solution. Larry Sharp, Thank you for giving me a chunk of your afternoon. I will see you all next week.